So I've been receiving some feedback, and I've looked all over social media about the current potions now dropping from raids. A lot of people like it, like myself, and a lot of people don't like it because it decreases the drop rates of the other items. Luckily, the Silk Road has conducted a very good research on the drop rates and how they are affected. Now, potions are not a part of this, but they make some sizable notes. So let's go ahead, jump into it, and actually find out how the items, the drops, are actually calculated. Just a disclaimer, this is a very long article, but I'll read it as quickly as I can and make some good key points for questions. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. I'm going to read it from my computer. Understanding raid rewards, the secret multipliers behind the scenes. After completing the record rewards from 2,973 raids, the Silk Road group has uncovered the secret mechanics that determine raid rewards. The three factors are what influences the rewards you receive: the raid level, how many premier balls you receive, and a little bit of luck. In this study, we talk about three factors to emulate how your final rewards are determined. Note: potions were added to the raid rewards a day before the study was published, but the mechanics determining the raids remain the same. The Sylph Research Group will soon have the latest probabilities, including potions, but we do not wish to delay sharing these groundbreaking findings and helping clear up the misinformation. Ready? Let's dive in. Okay. Number one. Multiplier number one. Reward bundles. You've likely already noticed that raid rewards items are often given out in multiples of the same item. Raid rewards are allotted in item groupings that we call reward bundles. For example, in the level 5 raids, revives are given out in bundles of 5. So here's the picture here, basically. Raid 1, it looks like bundles of 2 for revives, and then 2, 3. It goes by, for revives, it goes by the actual tier, the raid tier. And then, as you can see, you get maximum amount of golden raspberries from tier 3. So if you're wanting golden raspberries, you can solo quite a few tier 3s if you're high enough level. You get the max amount of candies from legendaries. And then, of course, as you go higher in tier, your drop chances for those charged TMs, fast TMs do increase as you go. Okay. In other words, items will be allotted in multiples according to the chart above. Notably, even though potions have not been added to this set, these multiples are still reward bundle multipliers for the items above. Now, you surely receive far more than a single one, the multiples illustrated above. For example, receiving 20 revives from one raid. This brings us to the next mechanic. Multiplier number 2, the number of bundles. Here we have made an important observation. The number of reward bundles obtained from the raid is completely determined by the raid level and the number of premier balls. Successfully completing a raid for the minimum of 6 premier balls will allot reward bundles equal in number to the raid level. Earning more premier balls up to the maximum of 14 by controlling the gym and dealing personal and team damage increases the number of the reward bundles up to double of what you get for only completing the raid. Here's the full table. So this brings up an interesting conversation. And this is where I want you guys to start asking questions and commenting down below. As you can see, as the premier balls increase, your rewards increase. So the maximum amount of rewards you can get for each raid is getting 13 to 14 balls. But I know that's hard. That's extremely hard. So this is where the questions come in. How can you get as many premier balls as possible? Well, one thing is to raid with your team. If you have a group of people that you can raid that you're all the same team, you'll get bonus balls and get damage balls for the team. Another thing is, if you have another bunch of people around you that are all different teams, how can I still maximize balls? Well, doing as much damage as possible. And depending on the raid Pokemon, you need to have certain Pokemon to counter that to do as much damage as possible. So this is where the questions come in. Ask all your questions down below. If you raid in a rural area or if you raid in a city, and again, all your teams are different, just ask questions down below. I will answer them within the next 24 hours or so. I'm very good at doing that. So just ask your questions on how you can maximize premier balls. I will get back to you. Okay, so again, as you can see, you want to get as many balls as possible to get as many rewards bundles as possible. So let's keep reading. Note that with the August 16th introduction of potions, we tentatively observed that level 5 raids may have just received a nerf and instead fall under the level 4 reward bundle distribution. So the 10 bundles basically, look at the tier 4 chart. That's what you get for tier 5s as well, is what they're saying now. The final step, luck and probability. Now that we understand what multiplies items that come in bundles and how many bundles we will receive, the last step is a game of chance. Each reward bundle allotted in the above table will be assigned item type according to a distribution. Let's skip a little ahead here. The proportion of fast and charged gems awarded increase with each raid level, while the remaining reward bundles have previously even been divided, so like revives, golden eyes, rare candies. It's also worth mentioning that level 1 through 4 drop significantly more fast TMs than charged TMs, while level 5 raids drop more charged TMs at an equal or even slightly higher rate than fast TMs. Below is the table. So as you can see, and this should make a little more sense, you get better drops for TMs in legendary raids. But if you look at the chart, you get more revives, golden raspberries, and rare candies basically in all other raids except legendaries. Look at that. Look at that chart. You get a smaller percentage of getting revives, golden raspberries, and rare candies and legendaries as opposed to the others. So this is another good topic of discussion. Because of potions, everything else has been nerfed. You don't get as much of everything anymore. You can still get quite a few rare candies. I've gotten 9 and I've gotten 6 in 2 occasions. So that's what, 6, 12. That's 21 rare candies in 3 raids. That's not bad. It used to be a little bit more. You could get 12, maybe even 15. I think some people even got 20 because of the multiplier. But I could be wrong. But you can get a lot, okay? You used to be able to. Now it's nerfed a little bit. And people are upset about that because of the potions. Not very many people want potions. And comment down below, how do you like potions being in raids? I want to hear your guys' opinion. You know my opinion. I like potions, but that's just my opinion. I can go around and spend a bunch of Pokestops because I do not live in a rural area. I live in a pretty decent city, and I still can't rack up a bunch of potions. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that as well. But if you want candies, it looks like by this chart, do tier 2, 3, and 4 raids. And what's nice about tier 2s and 3s is you can solo them based on your level and how strong your Pokemon are. So you can rack up some rare candies quick, as opposed to doing legendary raids. Okay, let's keep talking. Remember the distributions now that potions have been added currently unknown, but the Sylph Research Group is collecting data to determine those as soon as possible, and make sure you subscribe. I will drop that info as soon as I can. When collecting this database, the Sylph Research Group investigated many additional factors that might not possibly have influence on the rewards. The following factors have been considered and do not show any significant effect: trainer level, gym badge level, number of rewards bundles, and anniversary event. Okay, here we go. Here are the notes. These are probably the most important. Note 1, potions were added August 16th. The Sylph Research Group will soon have updated the distribution tables, including potions, along with the new bundles multiplier for each raid. Again, make sure you subscribe. I'll drop that as soon as I'll drop a video as soon as this drops. Note 2, an additional Premier Ball was added, but it does not affect the reward bundle payouts. As you can see right there, this additional ball did not increase reward bundle payouts, despite adding another ball. Consequently, we have incremented the Premier Ball axis in the charts above to fit this change, despite a portion of the database being gathered before the extra ball. Note 3, alongside the August 16th potion additions, it tentatively appears that a change has occurred in the level 5 reward bundles. Here is what they were talking about earlier. Look, level 4 and level 5 raids give you the same loot for the most part, the same amount of loot. So if you get 9 rare candies from tier 4, you'll probably get 9 rare candies from tier 5. So there's no benefit. Now, you still, as you can see here we go. Let's just go ahead and read this. This is a nerf, but notably level 5 raids are still more profitable than level 4 raids due to the higher item multiples in each reward bundle. There you go. So the higher multiples. Tier 5, it's a higher multiple than a tier 4. But the number of bundles is the same as a tier 4. Does that make sense? It's a little confusing, I know. But the comment section should be loaded with questions. So just ask questions. I'll answer them within the next 24 hours, guaranteed. Let's see. Large changes were made to the rewards 28. Rewards are completed before this date. Not following. Okay, so parting words. Here we go. Parting words. I told you this would be a little long, but I'm glad you guys are along for the ride because I'm giving you guys the latest info, and that's what I like to do. We owe many thanks to the awesome researchers in Silk Road meticulously recording and analyzing this data set. With the new understanding, we hope that some of the mysteries surrounding raid rewards, thanks Windows, surrounding raid rewards will dispel and misinformation debunked. There we go. Okay, guys. So that was a lot, but you guys now know how rewards are given out, and it's basically by Premier Balls. You gotta get as many Premier Balls as possible. You gotta do as much damage as you possibly can in raids with type effective Pokemon. You've got to raid with your group if possible, your team. You have to raid with your team to get the bonus balls, not only from team contribution, but it's also a little bit easier to do more damage. So it goes hand in hand. And then also, we're not getting any balls yet from owning the gym, but you want to make sure you own the gym, or just go to raids where you already own the gym. That's usually what I do. We don't take over the gym before the raid happens. We mostly go to raids that we already own the gym. But it's still glitched right now. They're not giving balls for gyms. But everything here still applies. It still applies. You need to do as much damage as possible with the right Pokemon. You need to raid with your team if you can, and then take out gyms that have your team in it, because you want as many balls as possible, because you'll get the most loot. Very, very interesting. I don't know if this is really a mistake by Niantic, because I know a lot of people raid with a lot of different teams, and it makes it really hard to do the most damage and get a good team contribution, added extra balls at the end, at the bottom of the chart. So I just wanted to push this out to you guys, clear some confusion. I want to know what you guys think about the potions. Is it good or bad? I like the potions, but I think down the road I'm not going to. And another interesting thing is Master Balls. I mean, you guys already don't like the Master Balls, and all the drops are being nerfed, getting less. What about Master Balls? Once they throw Master Balls in there, you guys gonna complain about that? Rare candies and golden raspberries should have been dropping at like small increments in the first place. Niantic went backwards. They were rewarding us too much. They should have rewarded us less, so we can expect that it's going to be the same going down the road. Just like legendary raids. We're getting a bunch of legendary raids when it should be more rare. But whatever. Just want to know what you guys think about the potions, and what do you guys think about the Premier Balls, how it affects your bundles. Questions? Ask questions. I know I've been pressing this. How can you maximize your Premier Balls? I will get to you. I'm beating a dead horse. That's it with me. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. I provide all the latest updates, tips, tricks, speculations, entertaining vlogs, and entertaining live streams. Very important information by the Sylph Road. I can't wait to see more data when the potions are added into the mix. I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.